You've been gifted with time, but instead of treating it like the treasure it is, you throw it away like it's worthless. That's the harsh truth. You wake up every day with 24 hours, the same 24 that every successful, disciplined forming savage on this planet gets, but you treat it like a game. You burn it scrolling on your phone, you kill it watching other people grind, you waste it talking about plans you never execute. And then you have the audacity to wonder why your life hasn't changed. You don't have a problem with time. You've got a problem with how you use it. You don't respect it, and that's why it doesn't work for you. Time is unforgiving. It doesn't pause when you're tired. It doesn't care when you're in pain. It doesn't slow down because you've had a bad day. While you're busy sleeping in and making excuses, someone out there is getting up, pushing through, and taking what they want. They're grinding when you're relaxing, they're locked in while you're distracted, they're making moves while you're making noise. And eventually, that gap between you and them becomes so wide that you'll never catch up. Not because they're better than you, but because they didn't waste what you threw away. You keep telling yourself you'll start tomorrow. You'll get serious next week, you'll fix it next month, but time doesn't recognize next week. Time doesn't wait for your convenience. Time moves, and if you don't move with it, it will pass you by and never look back. Regret is real. It comes later, when you realize all the hours you could have been grinding were spent doing nothing. All the days you could have been sharpening your mind, your body, your craft, were lost because you chose comfort. That's what destroys people, not failure, not rejection, but the haunting feeling that you could have been more if you just respected time. You've got dreams, goals, ambitions, but do your actions match them? Are you getting up early to chase them, or are you sleeping in like your time's unlimited? Are you using every hour with intention, or are you killing it with mindless distraction? People say time is money. That's wrong. Time is more valuable than money. You can make money back. You can't get your time back. When it's gone, it's gone. So why are you treating it like a joke? You say you don't have time, but you've got time for gossip, time for TV, time for Netflix, time for YouTube, time for scrolling, swiping, eating garbage, wasting your life. You've got time to be lazy, but not time to improve. That's not a time problem. That's a priorities problem. If something really matters, you make time. You don't find it. You take it. You make it happen. You carve it out with blood, sweat, and grit. Because time is not something you manage. It's something you dominate. You think you're young, so you've got plenty of time. That's a lie. People die young every day. Life doesn't come with a guarantee. You could run out of time tomorrow, and when you look back, what will you see? Regret, missed chances, wasted moments, all because you thought you had forever. Stop acting like time owes you something. It owes you nothing. Every second you get is a gift, and if you don't use it, someone else will. Someone who wants it more. Someone who's hungrier. Someone who understands that time is the one thing they can't afford to lose. You've got to develop a savage respect for your time. You've got to protect it like your life depends on it, because it does. You've got to cut out the people who waste it. You've got to destroy the habits that steal it. You've got to build a mindset that locks in and locks out everything that doesn't push you forward. Time isn't about being busy. It's about being intentional. Don't fill your days with garbage and then complain when you're empty inside. Fill your days with purpose. Fill them with growth. Fill them with effort, even if nobody sees it. That's how you build something worth remembering. People love to talk about potential, but potential means nothing if you waste the time that allows it to be developed. You can have all the talent in the world, all the tools, all the opportunity, but if you don't use your time, none of it matters. That's the brutal reality, and it's why some people with less skill win, while the talented ones stay stuck, because they don't wait, they don't delay, they don't hesitate, they use every moment to their advantage. They squeeze everything they can out of each day, and that pressure they create over time, it turns them into machines, into warriors, into success stories. You want to be different, start with your time. Audit it, break it down, track every minute, look at where it goes, see what's draining you, see what's wasting your energy, and then eliminate it, kill it, replace it with something that serves your mission. It's not about having more hours in a day, it's about doing more with the hours you've got. It's about efficiency, focus, ruthless clarity. Every minute must serve a purpose. If it doesn't, it's dead weight. And you can't carry dead weight if you want to fly. This is the war most people never fight. The war against wasted time, because it's easy to let it slip. It's comfortable to drift, but the ones who rise. They are at war every day, war against laziness, war against doubt, war against distraction. They attack their time with violence, with purpose, with discipline, and that's why they win. It's not magic. It's not fate. It's not some secret sauce. It's how they use their time that separates them. That's the edge. So if you're serious, if you're really ready to become something different, then stop wasting your time. Don't say it. Don't post it. Don't talk about it. Just do it. Make every hour count. Make every minute hurt. Feel the weight of time slipping through your fingers and let that fear fuel you, because nothing is guaranteed. Nothing is promised. But while you've still got time left, you've still got a chance. Motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes like the weather. Hot one day, cold the next. You wait around for motivation, and you'll be waiting your whole life. That's the truth people don't want to hear. You think the most disciplined, hyper-forming people in the world are always motivated. Hell no. They wake up tired. They wake up angry. They wake up broken. But they still show up. They don't rely on motivation because they know it's unreliable. What they rely on is discipline. Cold, ruthless, non-negotiable discipline. That's the edge. That's the separator. Discipline doesn't care how you feel. Discipline doesn't ask for your opinion. It doesn't ask whether you're in the mood today. It demands action, regardless of mood, emotion, or energy level. That's what makes it powerful. Motivation is an emotion. Discipline is a decision. And when you start making decisions instead of waiting for feelings, your entire life changes. That's the moment when weakness starts dying and strength begins to rise. You say you'll go to the gym when you feel ready. You'll write the book when inspiration strikes. You'll change your life when the timing is right. But that moment never comes because you're living under the illusion that your future depends on motivation. It doesn't. It depends on whether you can do what needs to be done even when you don't want to. Especially when you don't want to. That's the test. That's what builds warriors. Anyone can grind when they're hyped up. It takes something deeper to grind when everything in you wants to quit. Discipline is what drags your ass out of bed at 4 a.m. when your body's begging to sleep. Discipline is what laces up your shoes when your knees hurt and your lungs burn. Discipline is what sits you down in front of that desk when your mind is tired and empty. Discipline is what says yes to progress and no to comfort, and the more you feed it, the stronger it grows. But if you keep feeding your feelings, you're just building a cage around your potential. Most people don't have a discipline problem. They have a decision problem. They make decisions based on how they feel, not on what they committed to. That's weak. That's what average looks like. And if you want to be average, keep doing that. But if you want to be uncommon, untouchable, unstoppable, then you've got to train your mind to follow through, no matter what. You've got to kill the version of you that only works when it's easy. That version has to die. You need to become the kind of person who doesn't negotiate with weakness. You need to set a standard so high that it becomes non-negotiable. This isn't about punishment. It's about becoming who you were meant to be. Discipline doesn't restrict your life, it builds it. It's the foundation of everything real, everything powerful, everything lasting. It's what gives you freedom. You think discipline is prison? No. Undisciplined living is prison. Waking up every day tired, unfulfilled, full of regret. That's prison. Not knowing if you'll stick to your goals, living on emotional highs and lows, that's prison. Discipline is what breaks those chains. Discipline is what gives you control. You can't trust motivation. One bad day, one small failure, one unexpected challenge, and your motivation disappears, and then what? You fall apart, you lose momentum, you spiral. That's why motivation isn't the answer. It's a bonus, not a strategy. Discipline is the strategy. It's what holds you together when everything else is falling apart. It's what keeps you grounded when the world is trying to knock you off course. And let's be clear, discipline is hard, it's uncomfortable, it sucks sometimes, but that's the point. It's not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to mold you, stretch you, break you down and rebuild you stronger. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you're casting a vote for the person you want to become. You're proving to yourself that you're in control, that you're not a slave to your feelings, that you've got the guts to do what most won't. Discipline shows up when no one's watching. Discipline is lonely, it's quiet. There's no applause, no validation. Just you and the work. And if that scares you, good, because that's where growth lives. In the shadows, in the silence, in the grind. The process is not supposed to be glamorous. It's supposed to break you down and reveal who you really are. That's why so many people never get there. They can't face who they really are without the mask of motivation. You don't need another motivational video. You need to become the kind of person who executes without one. You need to become the kind of person who doesn't wait for motivation to strike, because you're already moving, already in the trenches, already doing the damn work. When motivation fades, you're still moving. When you're tired, you're still working. When it gets hard, you keep pushing. That's what separates contenders from pretenders. If you can master discipline, you become dangerous, because then nothing controls you. Not pain, not fatigue, not failure, not emotion. You don't rely on the world to light a fire inside you. You bring your own fire. You show up, day in and day out, and put in the reps whether you feel like it or not. That's how greatness is built. That's how you take full control of your life. That's how you rise when everyone else is stuck. Discipline is your weapon. It's your armor. It's your path. And if you want to change your life, stop looking for more inspiration and start developing more self-control. Replace excuses with execution. Replace hope with habit. Replace wishful thinking with brutal action. The work won't do itself. The reps won't count themselves. The life you want isn't going to hand itself to you. You're going to have to earn it. And that's the truth no one wants to hear, but once you accept it, you take back the power.